one and only Raven and the biggest bro. We dive into comics, from pages to screens, collectibles and culture like you've never seen. D1 and only spinning tales so grand, from Marvel to Disney, she's a digital fan. Raven takes the stage with insight so keen. She brings a perfect balance to the entire team. Get your comics ready, your collection's on display. From action figures that fans love to play. The biggest bro steps onto the stage with his joyful laughter. The fans are all the rage, from his comedic charm to his biggest heart. He brings the vibes from inside and out. He leads with love, and that's without a doubt. Welcome to VeVe Radio. Ready, kick back, enjoy the space. VeVe Radios live for everyone in this place.
We live and we live, and we alive, and for the vibe, let's go, we live. Welcome to VeVe Radio. It's your boy, the biggest here again with another episode of VeVe Radio. Now, before we start, make sure you know that this is not financial advice. We are regular people with regular opinions. And guess what, people? Opinions can change. And now, introducing our host with the most, all the way from the big island of Hawaii. It's D1 and only.
Oh my gosh. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you may be in this lovely world of ours. I am D1 and only, another co-host of VeVe Radio. Thank you again for tuning in for our second week. We've got a lot to talk about, but before we move any further, I'm going to introduce, not as good as Big Bro, but I'll do my best, reigning from up north, our favorite bird, Raven.
Thank you. That was excellent, D. That was really good. Hey guys, I'm Raven. I've been collecting on VeVe since 2021. I'm also a Clubhouse mod on the VeVe Discord. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And I'm really excited to continue this adventure with you guys. So let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here with you guys once again. How are you guys doing today? How are you this morning?
Feeling good?
Feeling good, feeling lovely. How do you guys feel about this? How was the first episode for you guys? Did you guys get any feedback that you liked, didn't like? What's up?
I'm feeling good. Like, it was a little nerve-wracking at first, but I'm starting to feel more comfortable. I just have to shout out our number one fan, Mario. Out of 10, he gave our show a hard pass. So let's go. My mission is to change his mind and win him over. So.
That's right. We will not lose a fan. We will get you. We're gonna get you.
We will get you. We're coming.
We're gonna be worth it, buddy. You wait. You just wait.
No, I'm so excited. Like, I swear, like, just talking with you guys, like, the idea train just keeps on moving, and every time we talk, we just come up with more and more stuff. So hold on and enjoy the ride, because there's so much more coming.
Yeah, and I'm really liking your the idea that you came up with, Raven, on our the little impromptu commercial ads that we had. That was awesome.
Yeah, I just gotta throw it back since we're a radio show, right? I thought, what's better than the old style live ad jingles I used to do?
Right. Nice.
Yeah. So we got a few more of those lined up. Should be fun.
Yeah, we're cooking, and we got other things that we're probably going to be adding on to the show as we progress. But we also just want to let you guys know that we do have a giveaway sponsored by VeVe for today by KeyComix. If you guys can, for some reason, the comment box is not working. So we got to figure out what's happening with that for next time. But in the meantime, if you click like on my PFP, you can go into the space and that's another like roundabout on going into the comments. If any of you need to put in a comment in there. But yeah, if you could like and repost for your chance to win something from VeVe Comics. And also, if you could also like, follow, and subscribe to VeVe socials, like on their Discord, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I follow them on Facebook, and they actually do put some stuff out. So, and then a couple of the fam in here secretly on TikTok doing little social things. So, very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've created an account and on TikTok, and then that I kind of didn't go anywhere with that. So maybe there'll be another venue we can look into for our radio show.
Let's go.
But also wanted to give a shout out to everyone that's here in the space. We've got Ms. Gecko, Omili, Cash, Kevin. We got KeyComix, Jesus, Doobie, Huakas, Vegan Tings. We got Gigi, Video Shane, Fried Labbits, Ronnie, Slider, Majin, Jesus, Shankster, Alejandro, Geode, and Meow King, and the Real Uncommon Podcast. So let's go. Thank you all for being here. Oh, and it looks like we got KeyComix coming up already. I guess he wants to hang out with us while we run the show, guys. Let me
Let's go.
Let's see.
He's so excited he can't contain himself.
Yeah, right.
So, what do you guys think about the comics that dropped this week? We have lots of new Marvel comics from Marvel and Dynamite. Dean, would you like to go over the Marvel Comics list?
Yes, I do. Just before I do, I just want to, so he's not just hanging out, just want to say a quick hey to KeyComix. Good morning, Brody.
Hey, good morning. Let's get it. Go ahead though. Let's talk about what's up and coming, or what's coming out this week.
Nice. Okay.
I'm just gonna let you know, Key. I got an intro for you, bro. So you still have to do the intro, even though you're here. I'm gonna intro you. So just letting you know.
That's cool. Okay. So for Marvel Comics, we got dropping this Wednesday at 12 a.m. Pacific time. We have Star Wars: A New Legacy #1, Storm: Life Dream #1, X-Men #10, West Coast Avengers #3, Ultimate X-Men #11, Spider-Boy #15, Deadpool #10, Psylocke #3, What If Galactus Transforms Spider-Gwen #1, Star Wars Ewoks #4, Sabretooth The Dead Don't Talk #2, Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu #4, and Hellhunters #2. Did you all get that? Were you writing it down?
Got it.
There will be a quiz. No.
An
That's next
also
week.
quiz.
And then from our Dynamite Entertainment side, we have Thundercats #12, Red Sonja 2023 #18, Vampirella 674, Silverhawks #1, Red Sonja #5, Vampirella #5, Thundercats #4, Chaos #3, Powerpuff Girls #1, and Warlord of Mars, Deja Thoris #3, available coming tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Sheesh, that's a lot of books.
Lots of books.
Lots of books. And yeah, I was looking at the Dynamite ones, and I'm like, why is there like Thundercat, like 2 Thundercats and what was the other one? 2 Vampirillas.
They're just popping them out. They're just like, you know what? Let's get these out to the people, you know? I actually so I was on the Dynamite one, and so I was actually looking at Silverhawks, right? Because they basically look like Thundercats, but they're just the bird version of Thundercats, which is hilarious, right?
Nice.
So then, like, you know, I'm reading about like their evil villain is literally named Monstar, like how they did it in Space Jam, like the Monstars, like that's the dude's name, and so it's hilarious.
Or
So basically, these guys are like cyborgs, and they're like their leader. His name is Stargazer, and basically he's like this grizzled space cop who wanted to retire but couldn't retire because he's now got to defeat Monstar. So I love like how comics always have like this dichotomy, like bad guy, so bad. It's great. So yeah, excited to really dive into the Silverhawks and see what, because it looks just like Thundercats. I can't get over it. So interesting. So that's what I'm going for. And then of course, a special place in my heart for Sugar Spice and everything nice, the Powerpuff Girls. I think I might have to snipe that one.
Nice.
Ooh.
I was looking at a couple different ones here. I'm just trying to decide which one I'm gonna talk about. Okay, I'm gonna choose, let's see, Storm Life Dream #1. And this is cool because it's an anthology. So it says 50 years of stardom. For the first time ever, all Black creative teams joined forces in a single anthology to honor the many extraordinary lives of Aurora Monroe. When intergalactic historians attempt to update their records on one of the most famous X-Men in the multiversal history, they'll find a woman too powerful to contain. So I thought that was pretty neat because that's going to be one book of a bunch of different stories by a bunch of different creative teams. So that might be a cool one to check out. And I'm sure the cover variants will probably be pretty cool for Storm as well.
yeah,
So check that one out.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like any kind of artwork they do on Storm. They just make her look so fire.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, D? What comic were you interested in?
Yeah, so the one I was interested in is Psylocke #3. I was just going down Key Collector Comics and I saw the variants. And the variants look so nice. I think there's one that may be an art germ, but so this is also a key issue, which is the first appearance of the taxonomist. I have no clue who that is, but I need to learn. Who is a dangerous new villain tracking Psylocke. Okay. And the synopsis of this book is Psylocke is hot on the trail of a mutant trafficking ring, but a dangerous new villain is tracking her. Has her past come back to haunt her, or has her investigation made her new enemies? And will the help of her lover, John Greycrow, be enough to turn the tide? And it's rated T+. So I wanted to pin up some of the variant covers. I don't know if I can. Let me find this. Because I thought they were so cool. I'm gonna pin it up right now.
Then all of these drop Wednesday on the VeVe Comics site.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. Wednesday at midnight, PST, Pacific time.
Yeah, so the Marvel ones are going to drop tonight at midnight, right? And then tomorrow at 10 o'clock, you'll be able to get their Dynamite Comics. Times are Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
Oh, and also on Thursday, we have the Marvel 2-in-1, number 64, the first appearance of Sidewinder, plus Reed Richards links with the deformities of the Hydro-based inhabitants to the Inhumans' Terrigen Mist. Interesting. Very interesting.
Interesting. And that one is, I'm assuming, like regular price?
Yep, there's going to be the regular drop, $6.99. Let's see how many editions numbers there are. There's going to be 5,000 total editions. Lowest mint number, I believe it doesn't say here, but oh no, that's sorry, 158 first available edition for public sale. So very interesting. Not really my thing. The guy that's on the rare and the ultra rare covers, he looks in between a Thing and a Aquaman, and it's weird looking. I'm not gonna lie. Don't want this in my vault.
What?
Nah, I don't want this thing's scary looking about. Maybe I would hide him behind a wall, you know what I mean? Like if you have like a secret room in your VeVeverse house, and then you put like this poster there to scare people, like, oh, there's nothing around this corner, this ugly thing,
In the escape room.
Yeah, there you go. Like, oh, you turned to the wrong page.
Keep reading. Turn the page. Oh man, I haven't gone for the VeVeComix like on the VeVe app. I've been going more for the ones that's coming on the VeVeComix app itself.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think you're collecting on there probably because you get to kind of read the continuation of different stories and stuff like that, new storylines, and I guess in the VeVe app when they're dropping comics, they're a little bit more of the older comics. So if you have storylines that you appreciate from back then, but yeah, the new ones, like the new storylines they're getting crazy. Especially like the Galactus one is like he's turning everybody into a herald. Like what happens if I change this person? So it's cool.
Very nice. I think for me this week, I might actually backtrack and go back to last week and try and a few more Fantastic Four number 28s, because I remember last week I was saying how could possibly be a Mickey variant cover, and there was the uncommon. So I really wanted that uncommon, got a secret rare, but I'll try again. I want that uncommon, ultra rare. So there's a hot trick for you. If you really want something, think the opposite, and then you might get it. So,
because I was about to say you have a bad problem there. You wanted the uncommon and you landed the secret rare. Darn! Oh,
and then the ultra rare. So
pain.
have to see if that works again. But no, I'm going to probably try a few more and see if I can eventually get the uncommon.
Maybe I should have you get my login so you can log in and get me a common.
A common, okay.
A common, yeah. Think common and get the secret rare. Let's go.
Yeah.
I think, guys, anything else we have to deal with in comics today?
Did you mention the giveaway, the VeVeComix giveaway, before we go any further?
Yeah.
You brought that up.
Yeah, so I think Dee did. So
Okay,
make sure you
perfect.
like and retweet. But in order to get on the wheel today, you just have to exist. You have to exist and be in the chat when I call your name. If you leave, sorry, you're going to get left off the wheel, and we will respin the wheel again. So I have been typing my little cat paw typing hands, all of your names as you guys pop in and out of the space. But in order to win, you have to be here. And anything else, my friends, about the VeVeComix today?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, I think that means it's time for a word from our sponsor.
Are you having a hard time finding somewhere to put your whale?
You know what, Raven? Yes, I am.
Well, don't worry. VeVe Digital Collectibles has got the box for you.
Breadcat Box Company, maker of the best boxes in the universe, are exclusively available on VeVe.
Download the VeVe app today and guarantee your whale won't swim away. It didn't play the sound. It didn't play the sound the second time.
You're leaving it hanging.
It's gone. It's gone. It's okay. We're going. Oh, we didn't. Oh, I forgot to put the picture too. Oh, it's live. We're a live radio production. Let's go.
But I just wanted to shout out Brock really quickly there, because he has on Monday. I think it's Monday. He has an upcoming drop on his Fiche website, and from there, if you purchase, I believe, the drop from his site, you will get codes that you can then go to VeVe and redeem.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. I'm going to dive more into it this weekend and get more of the information, but I'm definitely going for that.
And if you know, there's our box right there. That's
There, look at that
that was the
beautiful box.
appetizer. Now just replay it in your head, okay?
Yeah.
And to see the box. And my bad. My bad.
Imagine it was perfect.
We're learning. We're
It
learning.
was perfect. It was perfectly done the way it's supposed to. And shout outs to Hinano for being our graphic designer and creator for that.
Yes.
Let's go. So man, we had a lot of collectibles drop this week. From the Mighties drop last week. Did you guys participate in that? And what did you get? Were you happy with what you got, or what's going on?
Yeah, I completed everything, did it all, got all my Mighties upgraded. They
Nice.
look phenomenal. Like honestly, just even before you even put them into AR, just on screen, when you just see them when you open the app, they just look so sharp and crisp. Like they look amazing. So yeah, so I upgraded them all. It's all complete. I think the only thing I would like to see differently next time is just have one upgrade process, just like go from OG version to the upgraded animated, and then maybe within the animated you could click to turn it onto static or animated, whichever you prefer. Just to simplify the process a bit more. But yeah, I think they look amazing.
Yeah,
I definitely agree.
did not go for it.
I'm afraid to burn any Mighties, especially the one because like the ones that I have, they mean something to me. Like so, my Steve Rogers is my first collectible I ever bought on the app. So like I can't burn him. I can't burn him. And then a lot of the Mighties I have like nice year numbers because Mighties that's what I was hunting. I was hunting mint numbers at the time and. I can't burn them. It's hard. So I've been kind of looking in the market to try to get mine, and I'm gonna wait. You guys are gonna get disrespectful. I know it. I know my people. And when the new toy comes out, there I will be, right there in that dollar bin, baby. Gimme.
Yeah, I think I had to buy an upgraded Captain Carter because when I upgraded my first one, I got a good mint number. So I didn't want to burn it, and then I didn't want to. So I only had 2 of them, so I wanted to keep one, and then I burned one, ended up getting a decent mint, and I didn't want to burn that. So yeah, I wish I had a couple more.
Isn't that funny? Like that, and that's the thing about the 2-step process, right? Because like, what if on the first part you get a really good mint number? You're like, oh,
yeah. Especially on that one too, where the one that I only had 2 of them. But yeah, no, I think they look awesome. I love the concept of taking an older collectible and upgrading it, making it a bit better.
I mean, that leaves the door open for so many different things. And I think that's the great thing that VeVe does is they put a little bit out there and then we let our imaginations run wild. And then, some people let it run too wild and then it becomes their truth and not the truth that the company put out. But anyway, what did you guys think about the LA Strong charity drop that they did? For me, as an LA native, it meant a lot that they did something for this cause. Not too many people really know what's going on out here, so it's really weird for me as an LA person because I live in the city, so most of us in the city aren't really affected, and it's people that live out in the valley and in the Malibu area and stuff like that. And then people like, oh, it's only the rich people, but they're not really realizing that some of these people they inherited their houses from grandma and grandpa's like whole life work, and they put all their money into the house, and now they lost that house. And then there's apartment buildings up there, and then the big thing right now that I've been, able to volunteer myself and put hours in it. It's a beautiful thing watching my city come together. It's so strong. Like the love for everybody is so strong. It's amazing. And just for VeVe to do this in that short amount of time to do this, it means a lot. And to see the community really come out and really want to participate, even though, in our heads, is it a worth it drop? Is it going to be valuable in the end? No. But it's something that's really nice. We're doing it for charity. We're doing it for people that really lost something and really are impacted. Yes, they're going to be people that are going to be fine. They're going to be just fine, and they're already fine. They're already raising up the Airbnb prices and people getting prices. But the people that don't have and the people that really need it, this really goes a long way to help them out. So I just really want to give kudos to VeVe on that. Yes, like in my head, there's so many different things you could have done, like changing the styles and all that stuff with different color schemes, sure, but in the end, this is for charity, this is for helping a cause, and that's what we should really be focusing on for this drop. What do you guys feel about that?
Absolutely. And especially for me being in Canada, like having an easy way for me to contribute and show my support, I'm all for it. So to be able to go on the app and make some purchases, and knowing that 100% of that goes to help, I'd love to see that more, because I'm in every time. So yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you guys, and I believe it took them like it was like a 3 to 4 day turnaround to get it going. So in less than a week, they had to make do with what they were able to get working. I was able to get the green one, just to kind of contribute. But yeah, I think it's a really good look what they're doing, giving back to the community. And I know it's not sold out yet, so I hope they don't. I mean, it would be bad if they like burned it. I think they should just leave it open, because it's not just like a one-time thing that people buy and that's it. People get paid different times of the week, and then maybe they'll accumulate more money and they can keep buying until it sells out, because the people who were affected or are affected will still need help along the way, not just this week alone kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just don't think. I think you're right. Burning these collectibles is probably not the move.
Yeah,
Not the move.
Doesn't sound right.
Don't burn these.
Bad, yeah.
It just it's a little sensitive. A little sensitive.
Yeah, but kudos to VeVe for doing that. Yeah, I really like the look of it, like the background where they had like one side of the heart was green and flourishing, and the other side of it was like burning. So I thought that meant like you can rebuild from the fires kind of thing, like the phoenix.
Exactly. Yeah, I like the symbology with the turning of the light on and off that they been explained in the video. I think that was a really good message. It really it worked. Yeah. I just it's really heartwarming to see the people rally behind it and stuff like that, and really want to do something. It just shows how awesome this community is in general. Just we all want to support each other, and every time that something hard comes around, and then we just see the heart of our community, it's really inspiring.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do this more too, for other causes. Make it a regular thing would be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, for that, like if there was like another cause that they knew of ahead of time, I mean, obviously you can't predict the fire, but for like any other causes that you could predict or to look forward to, I think it would be a really good move for VeVe if they could, to like reach out to artists that we have in the community. Like we have so much talented artists in just the VeVe space itself. So I think that would be like a really, really phenomenal idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Raven made a good point earlier when we were talking about how they did with the fishes, and they had mumbai fish or fabrics fish, just different artists taking their perspective on a certain thing. And I mean, just as easy as like a different artist taking their ability on a VeVe heart logo. You know what I mean? Like just to see the different heart logos, that'd be kind of cool and special too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we have the most exciting drops. I know I know, guys. It's stamp time, baby. UPS Lunar New Year, Year of the Snake stamps, and the New Zealand Post 2025 Year of the Saint digital stamps. Are you ready, guys, for these stamps?
I am so ready. Like, I have every single stamp set on the app. So yeah, I'm good. I'm
Very
going. I'm
good.
going for this. I may not complete it all like the first day. May take some time, but yeah, my goal is to complete these next two as well.
You have every stamp. Raven, that is so
Everything,
commendable.
even the physical penny black stamp I
What?
have
That
in my
was
collection.
awesome.
Yeah,
So have you always collected stamps?
never. No. I
This
never
is
collected anything before VeVe. They
yo.
changed me.
Wow, VeVe got you good.
You're a stamp collector. That's why. That's awesome, dude.
Awesome.
That's
And I think
wild.
it's difficult to complete a lot of sets of everything, right? Like there's, I had started out wanting to complete certain sets, and there gets to a point where it's just unattainable and I can't finish it. But so far, I've been able to continue the journey with the stamps. So I'm going to keep going as long as I can.
As soon as they make that 136 mint only stamp, that's where they're gonna try to get to
Yeah, the one of one I won't be able to get.
the
I tried so hard. Like when I like the stamps on the app, and my whole process was, okay, I'm gonna go for it, and if I get the secret rare, then I can complete the set.
Yeah.
And of course, I get the common or uncommon. So I'm like, oh man, okay, that's gonna be another incomplete set.
Mhm.
So I have a bunch of commons and uncommons, and yeah, hardly any secret rares on the stamps. But I do like them.
Yeah, and
Man,
like Biggest Bro said too, like if you just give it time and you watch the market, you never know. You can, get a good deal and complete the sets you've been trying to complete for a while.
yeah, man. And then in final VV collectible news for now, we have a picture from Ben Rose, and it is of a chili pepper on fire. And the funny thing about this is, and I just learned this an hour ago on O'Malley Space, is that Ben had no idea the lore behind the chili pepper and put it out there.
Oh
And
no.
and that makes me so happy because he gets to learn lore from so many people now. So many transcribes are gonna be like, "Oh, don't do it again." The chilies, the back. What does it mean?
So I missed all this. Where you said there was a tweet or something that
Yeah,
this came out?
So Ben's been putting out tweets, right? And like the rubber duck and
Okay.
the picture with the baby, the father holding the baby's finger and stuff. And then being like the teeth, like he put a chattering teeth and it was for Sabretooth, right? So like he's been putting like just really super ambiguous pictures, and it really like it's very crazy. If you got Sabretooth off of those teeth, kudos to you, bro.
Impressive. Yeah.
But I love the fact that he used the chili, and it probably has nothing to do with the chili, but that image is so powerful in this community. It's hilarious. It's great.
Sure is keeping it spicy, eh?
Yeah.
I would love if that was the actual collectible right there, that picture.
If it's just a chili
If
pepper.
it's just a chili, I'll take it. All day, I'll take it.
But see, like now he doesn't realize, but now there's so much hype. The chili needs hype,
That's
dude.
what he's doing. He's hyping us all up. But
And it doesn't matter.
It's heating up, right? It's heating up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he meant it or not. The hype is back, baby. Let's go. Speculate as hard as you can, baby. Big gave us the pass.
Yeah,
Oh man.
saying that it could be like music, for the like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. I wish. Look, guys. Set your expectations to stun right now. Okay. Just let if something awesome happens, just let it wash over you, and then we get happy. Don't get too. Let's set our expectations low. That way, when it happens, we're like, yee, let's go.
We'll see.
But I'm looking through, making sure I got everybody on my list. We're about to spin this wheel. So like I said, you need to be in the chat when I spin this wheel. If you're not in the chat, we will have to re-roll, and that sucks. That sucks. But yeah. Ka-chow. So, but in between time, I've just been typing my little tushy off. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm seeing? All right. I think that is everybody. Oh, California Comics. We're good.
That's everybody that's here listening in. Appreciate you guys for taking the time to be here in our space and just chill out with us.
Yeah, man. And then, John in the build. Let's go. Hey, John, we're gonna need your comic service. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. All right.
Peachy.
Hey man. That's gonna be a 3-hour episode. I can't wait. Let's go.
Or more.
All right. We're gonna spin this wheel for VeVe Collectible from VeVe Comics. Here we go. Let's spin that wheel, and it's going to be. Oh, it is gonna be Loco. Loco wins. Let's go. Congratulations, Loco. We're gonna get you in touch with VeVe Collectibles, and you're gonna get your VeVe comic. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you, VeVe Comics, for supporting that giveaway. Let's go. Love to see it.
Congrats, Loco.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our new segment of the show. D, myself, and Raven and I, we're kind of noobs, okay? We're new. We're new to the collecting game. I was brought in by by NFTs and people giving me comics. So I was like, I guess I might as well collect comics now. D was brought in by her husband. Raven was brought in by VeVe. We're all new. So sometimes we need guides. We need people that can guide us through our journey of comics. And today is the inaugural Comic Guru Council session number 1. And today we have, oh man, my speaker went out. Hold on. Live show. Let's go. Reset. All right, work. Yes. We have coming to the stage, KeyComix.
Hey, what's up, Brody?
Hey, yo, I'm so sorry I came up, man. Hey, yo, this is y'all first session. This is my first session with y'all. I'm so sorry that I came up. I didn't know. I didn't want y'all to think that I was just chilling down there. And then, 40 minutes later, here we are. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to VeVe and the sponsorship to their content creators. Shout out the Collectors Hub as well as you guys, man. Keep it going. Let's go. And all the other content creators that are gonna be in the future sponsored by VeVe. Keep it going, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brody, for your time, for coming in and being our very first to lead the way for our CGC segment of the show. And I thought it was just befitting. Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get it. What's up, Raven, man? First time talking, man. Let's go.
Hey, how's it going? I'm good. I'm excited.
Yeah, let's
Looking forward
get it.
to chatting.
Yeah, man. You guys are gonna get it down one day. You know what I'm saying? Your skits. I know it, man. I believe. I was like, this is the one, because I was there for last week. But hey.
Or we won't.
Next week's really good.
Next
week's really good.
I feel like we're using the radio with the was it foil, for the antennas right now. Hey, we're gonna upgrade though, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to Walkman pretty soon. Let's get it.
Oh man. So Key, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Why do people need to know about KeyComix and his knowledge on comic books?
Well, I'm 5'9". I have straight teeth.
Ooh,
My
those
eyesight, my eyesight's a little good. I wear glasses. I love.
are.
Not playing. Hey, yo, chill. Hey, why should? Can you answer that again, please? Let's get it.
Just tell the people about yourself, about how you came with your love of comics, what
Oh
inspired you to
man.
like collect comics, and then what made you really want to deep dive and learn about all the different things. Because I know from the outside point of view, like I don't really know about comics, but you have a mastery of like getting these things pressed, making them look pretty, how to get graded and stuff like that. You have a lot of stuff that you do, so I just want people to know as much as I know about you.
Let's get it. All right, cool, man. If you don't know, anybody out there, my collecting started in the digital space. It started with VeVe, and man, I was hardcore. I was super hardcore on the collectibles. On the collectible side, it was never the comics. Even when they dropped the comics, I'm like, yo, what is that? Whatever. And I wasn't into it. Like I didn't have a comic. I didn't have a physical comic. Didn't have anything. I had a whole bunch of Funkos though. I had a whole bunch of collectibles, and I was more on that side. And then one day, I think in that space, it was morning. It was morning, and Tasha and our man, he's a freaking legend. Everybody looks up to him, and everybody loves him. Tasha and Dozer. Hey, that was a joke. Hey, hey, yo, but they were having a conversation, y'all, and they were talking about Star Wars, man, and they were geeking out, and it was beautiful. It was like they were going back and forth. It was like they meshed, and the only way you mesh like that is if like if you truly love like what you're talking about, and you can have that conversation with somebody. It was almost like they were just bouncing thoughts and ideas, and fanning them off each other, and I'm down there listening like, yo, the passion and the joy that they're getting. Like, if you guys don't know me, like, yeah, man, I want to be a part of all the fun. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of that conversation. And you know, I ended up deep diving into like what they were talking about, and my um, I started, reading, the comics, on the app. That shit was hard too, because that was, you know, it wasn't steady. I don't know if it's steady anymore, but that, hey, yo, hey, you open up the comic, and you don't even have a cover. You don't, hey, yo, that was back in the day. So yeah, man, it was good times. But you know what I'm saying? I had to go get the physicals, but shout out to Biscuits too, because during my collecting, my first comic ever was from Biscuits, and I still have it to this day. I put a little sticker on it too, saying, my first comic, what I'm saying, is from Biscuits, and it was a glow in the dark Venom cover. And then from there, just it grew. But I don't want to take anything away from, like I said, my first encounter with like just that fire that lit inside of me, uh, because I think that's what collecting is all about. You got to have a passion for it. You got to have a joy for it. You got to know that, what I'm saying, within that passion, there's blood, sweat, and tears that you put into it. And then along that journey, and along that, with your passion growing, you're going to meet so many cool ass people, you know what I'm saying? And from everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And it's just fun, man, like I said. And I enjoy this. I live for the hobby. The hobby keeps me young. It's sometimes stressful when you're trying to get a signature from a big time, artist or writer. But other than that, like, it's fun, man. I mean, and like I said, you don't have to. And the one thing about being passionate, and this is where true passion comes from, is that you don't have to get along with somebody or even know somebody to to have those types of conversations with what you're passionate about, and you can enjoy it. And then you just go your separate ways after that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But uh, during that time it's no, it's I'm not even gonna use words that I can't pronounce, but it's just a high, man. I get a high off of this, like for reals. Hey, you guys want to know what word I was trying to say? I can't even pronounce it right now. Exuberating. Yo, chill. Hey. But anyways, yeah, man.
An exuberating
Yeah,
experience.
really? Hey, yo, that's like, hey, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need a spell check on that. But no, and you guys, you know what I'm saying, content creators, you guys pushing, all this, alpha out and knowledge. And I just love listening to it, man. I can listen all day. And I used to look at, when my son was younger, he'd always watch my nephew play the video game. I'm like, yo, son, how come you not playing? He was like, I just want to watch, like, and I just want to learn and stuff like that. And that's where I find myself now. Like, I find myself just like when I hear the likes of, and I call him my mentor, I call him my sensei, but John, I get, I call John up, man, on the side, man. We'll just chop it up, man. Just talk shop all day. The guy is a walking encyclopedia. And then, you got Petros, you got, the mask out there, you got the impacts, you got the locos, you got the squads out there, like the list goes on. You got freaking Hanano. Hanano, my man, like, yo, chill, like the list goes on, you know what I'm saying? Shankster, Jesus. Jesus, man. That he showed some books the other day, and I'm like, yo, I know his collection's pretty awesome. And so, and and even when we were collecting, on VeVe, E Boogie, I listen to him, and I listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I get joy out of just anybody and everybody that is in this hobby for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, like, I don't I don't believe in that word, flip or whatever. I just believe, like, hey man, if it's time to get out of a book, it's time to get out of a book, and you move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's
Mhm.
about, you know?
All we're doing is helping other collectors collect. That's it. That's
That's
it.
it.
And then with the stuff that I get from what you give me, I'm going to collect more stuff, and that's the cycle keeps going.
Let's go. Let's go. Um, Go ahead though.
Yeah, one of the cool things that I see on definitely your social media is the times you go to like Comic Cons, Mega Cons, and stuff like that, and you show us the process of you getting these books signed and stuff like that. Can you go into like what is your strategy, like what's your head at, and how do you get? Because you showed one of the things you got last night was a Jim Lee, and he actually did a sketch of your book, which is, I mean, from what I hear, is very, very rare. So, like, what is your process before you ask these artists? Like, what do you do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's your like? How would you go about it?
I try to get the impossible. Like, it's easy to get a signature, or you just gotta stand in line. You gotta, get there early. And I say get there early, like it's easy, but it really isn't. If anybody's been to a con and you get in, you rush into the line, and then all of a sudden you see a guy holding a sign saying the line ends here, and you're like, yo, man, I freaking busting my butt to get here, bro. Like, you cut the line. Like, nobody sees those parts, or nobody sees the parts where when you get up there and you do ask, like, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do the sketch? And that artist or that writer, not writer, but that artist says no. And then you're stuck. And then you're like, yo, I got like 75 to 100 people right behind me. Like, what are we going to do? Um, and what am I gonna do? And I tell you guys, the end game, like the cheat code is, all in all, money talks. And it does get down to that, but that's the business side, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially like when you're asking, you know, them to do something like that Jim Lee sketch that you're talking about. I was not, I was unknowingly like, I didn't know that he only did like face type sketches, and so the sketch that I asked him to do was actually like live action, you know what I'm saying, with Batman, um Batman's full body, yo, and he's walking, you know what I'm saying? He did the whole Akira 38 homage, and it was great, man. I just want, like I said, I shared the moment with two really close people that I call my brothers, and yeah, man, it was great. But again, it's not easy. It's not easy to go out there and just say I'm gonna get a sig, or yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because again, money talks, and dude, I mean, it's just sometimes there's not a good entry as far as like getting the art piece or getting the signatures that you want, so you gotta build up for those moments. And like I said, con season starting in a week, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to megacon, and so you gotta know like what the hot, or for me, because of course, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not only a collector, I do sell on whatnot. So I'm not just looking out for myself, but I also know like a lot of people that do come to my shows, like they're interested in the same things that I'm interested in, which really helps out. I'll get a couple, questions here and there about a specific, indie book, and I'm like, yo, I don't have that. But then it entices me to go in and, at least give that indie book a read. Because to me, it's not like the art can only carry a book so much, but to the people that are collecting, or to the people that are like really really into like comics, it's the stories. So for me, I'm more interested in the stories. And right now, like, I know this is a VV space, and no disrespect, but DC right now is doing it right with the stories, and I'm digging it. And it's not to say that I don't read Marvel, the new Marvel books that are coming out. As a matter of fact, Sabretooth, The Dead Don't Talk, uh, is one that I got into last week, and I got to pick up number two. I told my LCS, but I got to pick up the Dead Sabretooth, The Dead Don't Talk number two. Probably pick that up tomorrow, and get into that. And it's just so like with Marvel, I stick to like the Wolverines, Laura Kinney. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like that that character is going to do what that character's been doing, and that's killing, and that's being, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo. And so, yeah. And then, like Spider Boy as well. I used to be a Spider Boy maxi. If you guys don't know, now you know. Bailey Bartholomew Briggs, like, yo, Triple B. I was a big Spider Boy maxi. And then, like, reading the stories, like I said, uh in the beginning, I mean, no one, every superhero or whatever, they didn't know who he was. I'm like, yo, why they doing my man like that? So now, if you're reading it now, everybody's starting to remember him. And like, I'm like, yo, that's what he needed, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't know where Dan Slott was going with it, but it's I guess is getting better. You know what I'm saying? He's a little kid, so the villains that he's fight. He's doing a lot of team ups too. You know what I'm saying? So that's making it fun. But yeah, like, I would say, like, I'm not into every Marvel story right now, for the most part. But what I can say is that the MCU and the movies, you know what I'm saying, that they got coming out, I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for it. I'm excited, like, yo, Secret Wars #8, Miles Morales, all these, you know what I'm saying? Um, it's amazing. I forgot that other one that's coming out uh soon, but yeah, it's more so like, so with Marvel, I'm excited about like the movies, and the MCU, and what's to come. More so like with DC, it's the stories. And of course they're doing a banger job with, you know what I'm saying, their animation, and stuff like that, and the Penguin series. And hopefully Batman 2 that comes out is gonna be rocking. So yeah.
No, DC is cooking. They're cooking. Their absolute series, Absolute Batman has been phenomenal. And
Mhm.
then, like you said, the Penguin series that they're doing, that was one of the best portrayals of a villain for me in
Mhm.
a TV series in a very long time. HBO just really knows how to smack these shows out of here.
Mhm.
Um, for me, right? And you mentioned that you really love the stories, and that's one of the cool things about comics, right? Because you go for the stories, but then like for someone like me, I love the art. Like some of these
Mhm.
covers, some of these inside these panels, and just like the thought process of like moving us like a movement of a superhero, right? And like how they will move because these guys can fly, swing, do all these things, and just seeing how different people portray the characters. I mean, just Spider-Man alone, how many different types of Spider-Man there are. And like you find like a new Spider-Man, like, oh, I didn't really know I loved this. Like Scotty Young, I never thought that I would love it so hard, but like I used to read Calvin comic strips, So like when I see these covers, like they get me like excited, like wow, this is kind of really cool. Um, so you mentioned like you started collecting digitally. Like what were like the first you mentioned Spider Boy, but like what were like some of the first Marvel comics that since you were collecting digitally, did you really started getting into and like reading this just the stories of?
Yeah, no, I really like how, and they still drop it, you know what I'm saying? But when VeVe started, like it was, Silver Age and Golden Age books, man, and that was how I started. And I remember, yo, I call him my mentor and everything, but at first it was like a crazy trade, but I ended up doing a trade with John, and it was for ASM. I forgot, is it ASM one, or I believe, but yeah, we did a trade, and that's what I got into first was like the Silver Age and Golden Age books through VeVe, and then of course they dropped the modern stuff, but yeah, man, um, Bronze Age as well, so. Uh, I still that's my goal though, like for reals is to, like I said, I don't call it flipping. It's just whenever you feel like it's time for you to get out, then you get out of that book and you move on to, hopefully a bigger book, or what I'm saying. And that's what I do. So like my passion, like I said, is always gonna be with the bronze, silver, and if I can afford a golden age book. A lot of the golden age books I have are like Disney books, you know what I'm saying? And uh when we hear about like golden age, like those comics I believe are like centered around like, you know how can I say, like you had newspapers where it's very direct, and sometimes or a lot of times like bad news. Well, the comics just brought it to life and stuff like that. So when you got your fighting army, comics, you got, I forgot what, the Marines, and so a lot of stuff that was going on back in the days, that was just a way to lighten the mood and get people into it. And then at the same time, you know Captain America 1, you know what I'm saying? That was to motivate the soldiers, like, yo, because we were down, you know what I'm saying? And then Captain America, comes out and he's like, yo, this guy, and everybody just gets motivated, bro. So, they were using that, using comics for that too. So, no, most definitely, man. It was the Silver Age books and, the older books that VeVe started out with, and they did a fantastic job in rolling it out. And then they made it Garrison. If you guys know my story, I act like Lil Beezy, like whatever, with the ASM 252, and it being like, very scarce and whatnot. I wasn't used to that, you know what I'm saying? But, fast forward to where I'm at now, and I'm like, even with physicals, you know what I'm saying? It's just as scarce, you know what I'm saying? You have a 300 run, you have a 500 run, you even have a 1,000 run. You may not get it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I mean, other than that, like I said, maybe like I said, hindsight 2020. I do believe I did, jump the gun, emotionally on that. Just not knowing, but you know what I'm saying? That's why you continue to stick with what you love, and you continue to grow, and you see, where you sort of messed up on and what you could do better. But yeah, man, scarcity runs through every hobby. You know what I'm saying? One of ones, 1 in 100s, 1 in 1,000s, limited to 300, limited to freaking 50. Come on now, like, yo, chill. So yeah.
Yeah, it's scarce out here, man, in these comic streets. But I was just wondering, if you have, so as you know, you're here to counsel us, our guru, our comic collector guru, man. So I just want to ask you, what comic storyline do you think that D Raven and I should read, should check out, and then maybe next week we come back with a little book report at the top of the show.
Right now, I mean, the hottest thing since sliced bread is Ultimate Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? So get into that, man. I think they're going on what, issue number 14. So seeing that side, and I like what they did. Like, yo, I think DC, I think they piggybacked off of it, where you're like, how can we get our readers engaged again? And that's just like, you gotta give us something that we can, say that, yo, or like, not agree with, what's that word that, like, you can uh like have something in common with. There you go. So, seeing, uh Peter Parker married, 2 kids, and what I'm saying, then he becomes Spider-Man. Yo, like, there's a lot of old heads in here, not just me. Yo, where we're like, yo, got 2 kids, got a wifey, what I'm saying? Wifey, just like, she's asking you to do this, do that, and you got the kids, what I'm saying, keeping you up. Yo, now you have something in common with that story. And like I said, uh the likes of DC, I I don't know if they said, yo, let's do something similar, but now you can relate with, like, Batman, you can relate with Wonder Woman, you can relate with, Superman, who is a damn alien, but yo, he's showing some type of human tendencies, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, so yeah, it's a relatable storyline, man. I think, like, and so when you go to, like, the what ifs and Ultimate X-Men's and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, I mean, you're starting to see more books where you can relate with it as a fan, not just like, oh man, I want to be a freaking billionaire. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna be no damn billionaire philanthropist. Like, chill. Like,
You never know. You could. You could. Whatnot could pop off, baby. You never know, my guy. Speaking of, my man does have Whatnot shows going on KeyComix. Make sure you go on Whatnot and follow him. We have Monday Night Raws on Monday night, and the floor is the score. Please check this man out. And let me tell you, as a proud customer of this guy, these comics come in crispy, nice, fresh, so taken care of. I think he even put air freshener in there. I don't know, but they were just so pristine, so nice, and yeah, no ticks, no spines. I still don't know what a tick. What is a tick? All right, let's end this right now. Key conflicts. What is a tick? What is a tick?
a,
What is it?
a,
What is
a
it?
tick is like that annoying little brother. It's just that mother just pops up out of nowhere and just hit you in the shin or whatever. Nah, a tick is like one of those little, you can barely see it, but it's there, man. It's like a little breakage in the color. And yeah, so you'll get that on the spine, like they call it spine ticks, whatever, but it's annoying. And CGC is a little light on, like, their grading when it comes to that, but recently they've become tyrants of those ticks and stuff like that. So yeah, I think they got a little bit more serious on the spine ticks and uh the creases and fingerprints. So yeah, also too, what I'm saying, like, when you're getting your book signed, what I'm saying, have it in, like, a protective sleeve, because a lot of these writers and artists that are signing your books, they don't have a glove on, and yeah, you will get hit on those fingerprints as well. So yeah, I try to stay away from if I do put a book out with any ticks or any creases or anything like that, I do let the people know that are in the chat, yo, this is damaged. Because the ultimate goal in when you receive a raw is to say to yourself, yo, if I send this in, I have a high chance of getting a 9.8. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the highest, you know what I'm saying? They got 9.9s and 10s, but the ultimate goal is a 9.8. So I never want to give a book where everybody's like, man, this shit ain't no 9.8, bro. Like, yo, that's bad business. I don't do that.
No, you definitely do not. Like I said, plenty of satisfied customers, many reviews. Not only does KeyComix does whatnot shows, not only is a comic collector, but he's also a personal trainer. And dude, everybody, if y'all don't know, this man looks like a superhero. Okay, he looks like he can run miles. He looks like he'll run and then he'll pass Steve Rogers and said, "On your left," and Steve Rogers go, "Damn, KeyComix, damn." Stop running so fast. But not only does he do that, he also has his own comic out, a tribute to Tupac, which as a LA native is really awesome for me. Can you tell us a little bit about your comic that you have out right now?
Yeah, man. No, I do most my social media on Instagram, and I ran into a guy who was talking about like how he was going to have a comic coming out, and he was, actually a few comics coming out, and he wanted me to be a part of it, and so it was like big, and it's Tidal Wave Productions, by the way, too, guys. So that that publishing company, they do a lot of like bios or comics on like actresses, actors, rappers, yeah, artists just in general. So when you get a Tidal Wave production book, like the big one they had last year was Taylor Swift, because the word around town was Taylor Swift was going to be God, I forget that character now. I'm going blank, but she was going to be a Marvel character. Uh, and so everybody was big on
Dazzler.
that. So there you go. Bam, the Dazzler. And the Dazzler is just a upgraded what's her name on the X-Men? Uh Jubilee? Yo, chill. Nah, that's my synopsis on the Dazzler. Now she's cool though. Dazzler's cool. But no, yo, yeah, so that's the books they do, and it was awesome because I find like this is not, and it's not a picture like type of comic where you open it up and you just see pictures of Tupac. No, it's actually like a real ass comic, and there's panels, and yo, I cracked it open with my partner. Shout out to Victoria's Comics and shout out to Memo 420. And it's just cool, man. I think like I said, seeing my logo on the back of a comic personally is I don't, it's an achievement. I won't say it's like the highest achievement that I feel like I can achieve right now. Like I have other things down, coming down the pipeline that I'm excited about, and I know it's going to happen. And so I'm, like I said, in this, I'm meeting so many cool people in this industry, and one of them was gracious enough to invite me to be on the be a part of this book with him, and his partner too as well. So I got other books coming down the pipeline that I'm excited about. And just like you were saying, like with the artists, like I think what you guys were talking about earlier was like, the small names or whatever. And look, we already know who the big names are, you know what I'm saying? In the industry. So for me personally, like I'm reaching out to like who I feel has so much potential and just they're unseen. So, what I do is I hit them up on the side, and so I have one in the pipeline, man, and I'm excited about it, man. And he's an artist out of Portland, and he did a couple TMNT Naruto covers that were really freaking fantastic. If you guys don't know him, give him a follow on Instagram. His name is Todd Beats. And one thing that drew me close to this guy was I was walking, the streets, in San Francisco early in the morning because I was going to Fan Expo, and I'm, not paying attention, and he stopped me. Yo, chill. Like that was, and he, hey, Key, what's up? And started shooting the shit with me. And what I'm saying, for him to be that personable, like, yo, I look up to that, those type of actions by people. So yeah, his name is Todd Beats. He does live shows on whatnot where he's just drawing straight from the hip, and he's doing sketches and whatever. So just put him out there, man, and give him a follow. There's other artists out there too. Again, like, I mean, you guys are gonna hear about them pretty soon. But like when I went to Tokyo Comic Con, there's artists like Saowe, Saowee, and then there's Suwee. Like, yo, how many wees, bro? We, like, yo, chill. Like, I felt like I was in France, you know what I'm saying? We, like, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey. So now I mean, to me, they're awesome. And you can also, like I said, there's so many avenues where you can check their art out at. And one avenue that I'm highly a big fan of is it's called Nerd Crawler. And you guys just you'll see some pretty awesome I always say, like, awesome entries. So when I say that, it's like where it's like, oh man, I could freaking afford this. This is a one of one, or this is published, or this is unpublished, but it's coming from a freaking amazing artist. Or what I'm saying, there's some artists that you won't even you've never heard their name, and now you want to go down that rabbit hole and learn more about them. And just like, I'll bring it back, just like what VeVe and the app, did for so many people. You know what I'm saying? At first it was like, digital, and then what I'm saying, you realize, yo, you start hearing terms like LCS, and what the hell is the LCS? Local comic store. And you start, whatever. Like, so the what VeVe has done as far as, like, branching off, like making, uh collectors into big time collectors or whatever, or people that never collected into collectors now, like, yo, that goes without being said. Like, I would say that's pretty big. And again, like I said, there's two things you should never knock, and that's success and happiness. So regardless of the situation, what I'm saying, I think that was like one of the successful things that VeVe did for new collectors like myself. So just putting that out there.
Let's go. Man, Key, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you up here and share your knowledge and your passion. I think your passion is the thing that really comes through for us, and it really brightens up our space. It's really good to see you back out here. That's how I met you, just live in Decon back in the day, and everybody's kind of like new, don't really know anybody, and you just said, "Hey, I'm Kenobi. What's up? Let's talk," and stuff like that. So it's really good to see your whatnot shows bringing that same good, vibrant energy to your shows, and that's what is just makes you very successful. So thank you for coming and imparting your wisdom and being one of our gurus here, man. Thank you.
No, and again, like I said, I don't know everything, and I'm so thankful for that, because that would be a problem. Like, what I'm saying, if you know everything. So for me, uh, I like to say, again, I want to give a shout out to everybody that has continued to support me. You know what I'm saying, and I also want to thank the people that I continue to pick their brains, every single day, as far as like my knowledge, growing, and again, man, I can't shout this dude out enough. But John, I really do appreciate you, G, like from the bottom of my heart. And your knowledge is, man, it's crazy. But again, like I said, and then I shout out to all the other comic spaces out there, what I'm saying, pushing out, content. I always say, man, comics will never die, no matter what. Like people say, like physical, digital. I don't see it happening, man. The stories, as long as they continue to be awesome, and you know, give somebody an imagination to look forward to. Like, how many times have you've been in a situation where you're like, man, if I was Wolverine, I'd cut that motherfucker. No, I'm just playing. Yo, chill. But no, I'm just saying, like, or if I was Mystique, I'd change into somebody right now. When you in the bank, man, I'd be, hey, look, man, I'd be thinking about what superhero I could be all the time, man. I promise you. So as long as your imagination is there, man, and you you had I don't know, man. Like I said, comics ain't going nowhere, y'all. Like for real. So, and I'm all for what I'm saying, adapting and along the way. So again, as long as there's a comic around, whether it's digital or physical, like I said, that's all I care about because I do want this hobby to grow. I do. Again, I'll say this again. I do want the comic hobby to grow, and I'm excited about the people that are coming in, the new people that are coming in. I'm saying I love when I see new people. I'm saying purchase something on my show. Always give them props, and it just gives me so much motivation to like keep on going. And this is no bullshit. Like for real, this is me. Like, and I never thought I'd be like this. And as far as like being in the hobby, and even my friends, I'm saying of over 20 years, I haven't seen them in a long time, and I just, I saw them like, a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And I'm like, "Yo, I think what it is this is the guy that has just always been wanting to come out, where it just, where I can be in a community where I can act like a kid and be a kid and still have a passion and still have a want to just get into it some more and more. So again, guys, like I said, do not stop pushing out this content of comics and collectibles as well. I know there's a lot of people out there that collect physical. So yeah, man, and digital. So as far as collectibles go, toys, shall I say. So, what I'm saying? Whether you're into coins, stamps, whatever, just don't stop. I always say, and this is not I'm not hating on y'all collection or anything. I use this saying like another man's trash is another man's treasure. I said this story before, but there's a long time ago when I was in San Diego, I painted my dresser lime green. I don't know why. I thought it was cool. It looked like like every time I walked in, Slimer was in my room, and I was like, no, I gotta get rid of this. And so I was gonna throw it away. And then uh and then I was told, what I'm saying, put it out, put it on freaking was it Craigslist. And I kid you not, I posted that junk on Craigslist. And 5 minutes later, somebody hit me up. I'm like, yo, is this real? Like somebody really wants a lime green freaking dresser? So you always know that there's somebody that is out there that will happily take care of your whatever you think is your trash or whatever. Like, so that's what I'm saying, like this hobby is not going to die. So yeah, man, stories are freaking amazing. This is who I am now, guys. I kid you not. And this is me with or without a suit on. I could talk comics all day, uh, and I could just get down. And like I said, and yo, I love this shit, man. And I hope you guys do the same thing with whatever you guys are into. You know, uh, do the same thing. Let that passion, continue to freaking be the fire that gets you up in the morning. Uh, and like I said, I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys in here. And yeah, man, I wanted to say something else. Oh yeah, that's what I want to say. If you guys don't mind. When I was a kid growing up, uh, I was, oh, you hear the story a lot, but no, I was really dumbass poor. And there was a couple friends of mine, Steve, Walbert, and who was the other one? Jeremiah. Three, and they were into, comics and they were into, the cards as well too. Could never afford it, guys. Like I'll be real with you. And so I just listened to them talk. And like I said, I've always wanted to be a part of this type of shit. Since I was a kid, I just could never afford it. So, what I'm saying, come around, 30 some odd years later, I'm can afford shit now. And it's a blessing. And I don't take it for granted. And so my whole thing, and I want you guys to know, you guys can go on any whatnot show, bro. I'm not trying to beat nobody over the head with prices or whatever. What I want to do is what I wish I had was I said it twice already in the show, which is a great entry where somebody could say, I could afford that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it. And a lot of the time when we're going for our, these silver age books, or even some books that are, digitally, you know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, bro, somebody selling that shit for 5,000. Yo, chill. Like, I got 5 racks like that. But so, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so that is what I want to bring to the hobby. I want to bring that joy back where, you're not stressing so much off the price, but you know, you want to get into that book. Well, let's see how we can get it done. You know what I'm saying? So that's my story, man, and I'm sticking to it. Let's go.
Man,
Oh,
beautiful.
Brody. I gotta
Beautiful.
sorry, can I say something? I I love your whatnot shows. Even like when I don't buy anything, it's just so cool to be in that space because you have so much freaking energy, man. Like I don't even know how you do it. And it's like however long your shows run for, you still have that same energy as you started to when you end it. And it's just so nice to be in the chats, celebrating other people's wins and their buys. And yeah, it's just a whole camaraderie. Even though I'm not there like physically where you are, it's just so good to see and to feel. So shout outs to you on your whatnot shows. And you've come so far from when we started attending your shows till what was it yesterday? The other day is just incredible.
Yeah, man, and I think that it will be sort of our closing of our show. Thank you again, KeyComix, for coming and visiting us and being our first guru on the Comic Guru Council.
Hey, one more thing, champ. One more thing.
No
With
problem.
being on this show, it made look. I tried to get in with my old account, but I couldn't get in, so I made up a new account. Right? It's called. If you guys want to follow me, go ahead. I don't know if I'll be on it, but I want to give props to the VeVe comic app, man. It was my first time being on that joint in like 2 years, bro. It looks so amazing. I'm not gonna lie. 2 or 3 years, man. But no, it looks amazing, man. I like how it's done. I like how when you click on the comic, it tells you who the writer is. You know what I'm saying? What year was published, and who the publisher was, and this and that. Yo, that's pretty dope, man. So hey, look again. Never knock success and happiness, and you'll go a long ways, man. Whether what I'm saying you're part of it or not. You know what I'm saying? So much props on that, man. And I was one. Hey, y'all, Wolverine 88 is not sold out. Yo, chill. I don't know. Hey, y'all, get on that. Yo, was another one that I saw. Deadpool Merc with a mouth. That's not sold out either, bro. Y'all tripping. Anyways, so I'm just saying, man. And hey, look, man. I know a lot of y'all aren't into reading or whatever, but if you just like looking, yo, Red Sonja and Vampirilla, chill. Hey, anyways, go ahead. Okay, I'm done.
um, thank you, Key. Raven, did you want to add anything in?
I could listen to him all day. I enjoyed that so much. No, you basically said everything I wanted to say because I watched the whatnot the other day for a bit. The Sunday floor is the score, and I was like, I was just sitting there enjoying watching and the energy and just being a part of it. But no, amazing. Thank you for being our first guest. Loved it.
And we have so much planned for you guys. Just you wait. We have more interviews. We're going to be trying to showcase artists. We're going to try to get everybody in here to help us view this space. And I really like what KeyComix said, having a great entry point. And that's what we kind of want to be for the people who aren't the hardcore crypto people. We want you to come in here, feel good, geek out, ask the questions. We're going to get the answers. We're going to try. I had to know what a tick was, and it was bothering me. I would pretend that I knew. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, tick. That's so bad, so totally bad. You know what I mean? But now I ask the question, I ask my guru, and I'm saved. There you go. No more embarrassment.
We're always learning something every week, and I'm glad you finally know what a tick is. Like not the pesky Well, I guess it can be kind of pesky, huh? When you have a
It,
tick on your
it
on your
is. It's like a bum bump on your lip. Like you don't want that bum bump. Like especially like when you got to go to a party. Yo,
yeah. Don't be
chill.
spreading that.
Nah, hey, yo, that's what a tick is. And yo, just yo,
Starts with one tick. Don't let it spread. Anyway, um, yeah. Thank you, KeyComix, for being our first. You passed the test. You made it. Yeah. Thank you for being our first comic guru. For the listeners out there, we are serious about expanding our reach. So if you want to catch the replay of this episode, we've got it on. It'll be on Instagram, Spotify. Let's see, on here, YouTube, and we will be going also to Facebook. So stay tuned for that.
Heck yeah. And we're also like we did with last week's episode, at the end after this live goes out, if you would leave some feedback and comments down in the comments down below, just what would you like to see us cover? Are you upset that I missed my drop cue times because I'm new? I am. I'm gonna write that to myself and critique myself now. So that's gonna be fun, huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
say yes.
oh, dude, I forgot. Hey, remember I was telling you the story about my wife, right? And I was opening up the VeVe app, and then she asked, guys, that means the time is up. Oh, she's really good at that. As soon as I mention her name, she just makes it stop, So, I think it's time to do our outro, guys.
You've been listening to VeVe Radio.
Collect big.
Dream bigger.
See you next time. We're totally gonna get that right one day. One day.
Oh, Supergirl, you're my dream come true. With your cape and your curls, I'm falling for you.